Welcome to Go On, I'm Listening. You're about to enter a space where we discuss friendships, relationships, healing and growth, social media, and we expand our musical knowledge. Now, being here is a safe space. In fact, we welcome all thoughts while encouraging no one to stop in the middle of their sentence with the reassuring words of, "Go on, I'm listening." What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Go On, I'm Listening. I am your host, Taty, and today I'm so excited because I met this person that I have joining with me today at a work event. Actually, it was the day that our job was getting demolished, so we all had a little reunion to go up there and just say our last little goodbyes. And she kind of picked me out of the crowd and said, "What's up?" And I said, "Well, what's up with you?"
Yeah, I'm like, she looked familiar because the place that we work at, it's a lot of familiar faces. So I'm like, hold on. Did we work with each other or did we not? Because sometimes shifts could overlap each other.
Exactly. It is. We got Christy Mack here with us.
Hey!
Yes! Christy Mack made it. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Today was a little gloomy, but I'm feeling great. I'm blessed, and I'm not stressed.
Oh, I know that's right. Christy Mack, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, I am a person that wears many hats, but I am a loving daughter, a caring sister, a bomb-ass friend, and what I'm really known for is doing food reviews. I do food content. I love to eat. I'm a small person, but I'm letting people know, the small people, we eat the house down.
Okay.
So,
no, the small people, we gotta hide the snacks from sometimes.
Absolutely.
Maybe snacking.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's something that I'm into. People that know me closely or know me personally know I've dabbled into like music. I've dabbled into doing like social media things, production, pictures, all type of like creative type of things. But I'm really known for back in the days doing body piercings. Ooh. That's how I really got put on.
Have you ever done dermals before?
Absolutely.
I have my back dermals pierced.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know they hurt like crazy?
Absolutely. And I took mine out because I had my back dermals too.
Girl, first of all, the person who pierced mine, she didn't know what she was doing, so she spent 10 minutes on one piercing. Then her friend comes in and is like, I don't know, she said come do it or whatever. The second piercing, she's like, "Okay, you ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Hey, good, you can leave." And I'm like, "No, like, just do it." She's like, "Girl, I'm done." I'm like, "That took 2 seconds."
Oh,
so for the other one to torture me and for you to come in 2 seconds, now I would have got more.
Was the first one rejected?
No, I don't know what was happening. It was in there, but she kept twisting. And I'm like, "Dude, stop. Whatever you're doing right now, you got to stop."
You still got them right now?
Yeah.
So if you hit something or something.
Girl, I've been there, done it. Then it came out so many times before.
Oh, you got it redone?
Yeah, well, I was in New York and I had my locks down and I was wearing a shirt that showed my back. I turned my head trying to be on some cute stuff
and it snagged it.
And then in my bed too, I have like a lot of feathers on my bed. So I was like tossing and turning, thinking about a man.
Oh my God.
And my back.
Yes.
I was pissed. I was because you know, Mimi made me mad.
Yeah.
So I was being dramatic, trying to be a little, and then came out with it.
Yeah. I
want you to look at it later and be like,
definitely, because oh my God, I had my back dermals, like, I don't even know, I had them in like a good 6 months and that was it.
What? It's been a year for me though.
That was it. I had my dermal, I had this pierced, I had it for 10 years.
Oh.
And it just rejected like earlier this year.
Oh
like,
my God.
Finally rejected completely though. Just.
What?
You know how our bodies are. So.
I know how our bodies are. What made you get into piercing?
So, I got into piercings back in the day. I was in 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted my belly pierced.
Oh.
And this is back in the day where they had like a studio in San Francisco. People would go to like a little undo spot where they like pierce underage people. But I already look young now, but just imagine when I was like 14.
Yeah. Girl.
So anywhere I was going, even going to Doug's on 9-8, like the whole 9, he like, "No, you're too young." Like I'm trying to go to all the little spots where they do pierce underage, and they still was telling me no. So I went on YouTube. This is the early stages of YouTube, early stages of like, we still on MySpace and all the little stuff. So I'm on YouTube, and I'm looking, and I'm like, it don't even look that bad. So I went on eBay. I ordered the clamps. I ordered the piercing needle, the gloves. I ordered the whole like kit.
Oh my God.
And I sat at home and I sat at the computer table and I laid back and I pierced it watching a video on a TV. And I came back to school and everybody was like, oh, who did your piercing? Yes. And, oh, who did your piercing? And people were like, oh, do me. And people were like, oh, I'll pay you. So, you know, my little 8th grade going into 9th grade self, I'm like, you'll pay me? So that's how that business started.
Wow.
I had a real business. I was 14. I had a corner in my room doing piercings. I had my pictures. I had a release form because I was underage. So I would make them sign a release form because I was underage.
Girl, what? At 14, piercing other people's bodies, making them sign a release form.
Because I was underage.
Wow. That's like smart to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And that's also insane that you were able to pull that off. How many people would you say you pierced?
I want to say at least over 2,500 people.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. I have 3 binders at home this thick of release forms that me and my sister typed up these release forms. This thick. That doesn't include all the other people that didn't sign it.
Gosh, see, I was a hustler too, but I was selling snacks out of a duffel bag at school.
I started off with snacks.
I had like high chews, cup of noodles, and I would have like frozen water, and that would be like 50 cents more because it would be a little more heavier. But by lunch, but by lunch it'll be nice and icy.
Not adding 50 more cents.
Because if you want me to freaking carry this around,
that part, that's
you
true.
know what I'm saying?
That's
so
true.
like, yeah, then the chips would
storage
be 50
fee.
cents.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then I'm getting my gains too because I'm walking around with this big duffel bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was what I was doing in high school. Man, so you must have touched some money.
Absolutely, and that's why it's kind of a double-ended sword.
Okay.
Because when you touch big money like that at a young age, right?
You're onto something.
Yes. And then when you get older and you working at these jobs and you seeing this check and you like,
yeah, what?
I could have made this in a day, or I could have made this like being at the house just making some stuff work. So for sure, it's a double-ended sword. I feel like it gave me early entrepreneurship, even with both of us.
Yeah,
when you're like, okay, you have to be like amicably in a good mindset of thinking, okay, these waters are cold right now.
Right.
And
I'm trying lunchtime
you know what I'm
comes,
saying?
it's gonna be nice and right for you. So that's why you gotta upsell it. So like it's gonna make sense later.
So we learn all these marketing type of things. We learn all these things in so many different ways. We just didn't learn it in the black and white way.
What tips would you have for someone who is a little younger but want to start their entrepreneurship journey?
I definitely would tell them, don't beat themselves up when they're failing.
Ooh. That's really hard not to do that though, because it seems like.
But if you're like 14 and you're bumping your head, you're only 14.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
Any
if there
age
is
bumping your head, though.
To be honest, you're right. Because you could be 60 and still bump your head.
You're still learning because there's so many things that are changing daily as well.
I think what I would push to the younger generation is don't ever think that you're not learning anymore. Like once you graduate high school, once you graduate college, you think the learning stops there. No, it just actually begins.
Because that's when life really starts hitting.
Yeah,
and
it starts whooping
you.
See, life at first kind of paddles with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure does.
Then you get up in them 20s, life starts
rocking
swinging.
you for real, yeah.
Then you get in these 30s, she starts.
Okay. Her body slamming
yeah. So we're in our 30s, so we're just like, you feel me? We're feeling this now. I can't even imagine when we're like 50.
I'm not in my 30s yet.
Oh, I forgot. I'm so sorry.
Why are you so sorry?
Because I'm 31, so I have to move.
Okay.
You know,
I'll be 27 this year.
Okay.
I'm young.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, people that's still in their 20s.
Okay, give me some advice, big sis.
Enjoy it.
Need your advice.
Okay. How old is he?
That matters?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I always think the 10-year range is like.
I think that's perfect, right? I think dating older men, you have to.
Now, if you're like 13.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think you should be at least 25 plus. Then you can start dating older men.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be 19, 20, 21, 22 dating somebody 10 years older than you. What are you doing?
Now, let's give some stipulations here.
Okay, talk to me.
Because if you're like in your early 20s like that, but some man that's like 50 or 60 trying to talk to you.
Yeah, that's wild.
Absolutely wild.
That's crazy.
But if there's going to be some consideration here, make sure that your bills and the receipts are like right under that.
I'm saying.
That's all.
Just put that in there.
Do not mess if you're in, especially if you're youthful, you still sexy, you're still got
all
your
above,
youthful energy.
Baby,
don't let these men hocus pocus you and suck the energy and suck the life out of you. No, you look good. You still keep yourself together. Don't,
because they will if you let them.
Absolutely. They will suck you dry. And you be walking around looking like a raisin at 25.
At 25.
And I be seeing it.
I see it too.
And it don't even take them that long.
Yeah.
That's the messed up part.
And it's because I think lack of self-love too. Like that really plays a big part.
That could be another thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like self-love goes for all ages.
There's never going to be a max. Okay, now you love yourself. That's it. No.
But I do feel like in your 20s, like, if you can identify like the things that you don't like about yourself, the things that you do love about yourself, I would tell people, go look in the mirror and point out all the shit. Like with myself, I'll look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I know my forehead kind of big. I know my skin is not the greatest. I know my lips are full. I know I was like, before this weight, I was a little skinnier and wasn't as feeling myself. If I can't, like, point them out, so when the next person points them out,
it won't bother you.
It won't.
And it's almost like, okay, like you mentioned that to say what? You say that to say, as opposed to, no, why did you say that? It's like when you become more secure with, I know what I bring to the table. I know what I look like when I face the mirror and said, this is me.
Exactly.
It's not a problem.
Exactly.
I'm working with the cards that I was dealt with. Ain't nothing wrong with me. What do you think is some advice you can give to men and women just on the journey of trying to figure out who they are?
I think what had helped me, yeah, for sure. And maybe some people that are
and
like
older,
30, right?
Yeah.
Maybe older because you'll be surprised, but we are pushing it to the 20-year-olds because, they're still, it's still like room for
like improvement, molding a little bit, but not like molding into like a firm piece of sculpture, but just helping them to create their own version of themselves.
Exactly. I think what helped me with having insecurities, because I feel like it, like I said, it doesn't matter. A man or a woman can be 80 years old and they're still very insecure about something that has, followed them in their lifetime. I think what with me is I have been around people that you would deem fine as hell, right? Like, you know how you was in high school and there was just like this fine ass football guy that all the girls liked and they used to be on him and stuff like that. I actually befriended these type of like characters where the fine ass girl in the school that all the men want, even down to the point she got everybody and their mama jealous of her, or the fine ass boy that all the females like. I actually was genuine friends with these people. And when I saw how insecure they were, but and I'm sitting next to this person, I'm like, girl, you're fine as, you're drop dead. You're like society's approval.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can walk in any room regardless.
We are toughest critics though.
But it gave me an inside view of like, okay, we can't just look at people that just hella like automatically fine. I don't know. It's a word for them. It's like a display fine where they walk in, they just automatically fine. Everybody always on them. But when you really sit back and watch them, they have insecurities just like us. And I'm like, how could you?
Sometimes even worse.
I'm like, how could you afford it looking like that? So I said, you know what? I gotta just start loving God of me.
And that is really the blueprint. And it's so easy to just look at someone else's garden and see what plants are they planting right now.
Instagram doesn't make it any better.
And it does not make it any better. And I find myself in a relationship, I had to like really tell myself to stop with the stalking. Page. Yeah, like the looking at the following, because that led me to compare myself to other people, and it's not a healthy habit. It's not, because it's like you're always gonna find something that they're doing better than you, because the fact that you're even looking to see if they're doing better or not means that you know you could be doing more than what you're doing.
Sometimes too, because I just had that bad last year, like where I ran into someone and she did hella messed up stuff to me and to other people, and I just recently seen her and I see that she's like kind of like living a good life, like her money is up, and it genuinely pissed me off. Not because I'm like, oh, she got more money than me.
I feel that.
I'm on some shit like, you mean it? I'm looking
you see
at
what
God
she did
like,
to me? Like,
I'm like, God, did you not see all the stuff that she just did to me? And now she's living a lavish life.
Dude, for real. And it's not even that I wish evil on anybody, but that's a real feeling. It's like, how does it feel like you can walk away unscathed and I'm sitting with this hurt? It feels
but like
unfair.
you said, sometimes all glitter ain't gold. Because sometime after that, she posted, like, she may even still be having a good ass life right now.
Yeah.
But she posted how, like, she had a health situation and she had to get surgery and some cancer stuff going on. So I'm like, maybe that could have been.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
I hope she's okay.
Genuinely though, all beef aside or whatever, like, you know, I don't wish death or nothing like that. I don't have them deep type of beefs, but I was just more so like, damn, like,
it do feel like
karma ain't got to you.
Exactly. And then I feel I'm sitting here suffering, sitting here having lonely nights where I'm just crying.
Talk about it.
And I'm just like, why
but you
me?
over there chilling and
you
not
living
even
your best life, and it just don't seem like you're affected by anything that we've been through together.
Talk about it.
Like, did I go through this by myself? Was I just dumb and stuck on stupid?
And sometimes we was.
And that alone being a pill that I had to swallow is why I don't like take medicine. I don't like to take medicine. I don't like to swallow that pill. That the fact that I was in it more than you, and as hard as you pitched it to me that you were in it, you really weren't. Otherwise, right or no? Like, what do you think about that?
I feel like it's part of life. It's nothing we can really do about it.
Absolutely.
Certain stuff happens, but we have no damn control over it. So, like, all we can do is just see the damn red flags and just start maneuvering.
Recognize it as a red flag.
Because sometimes they come in as green flags. Like, you don't be seeing stuff until they're hooked in. When we say hooked in, be hooked in like...
Then you can't even get out sometimes.
Or you do get out. It's a process.
And you still feel it, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What advice do you have to give for someone who is going through a breakup and it feels like it's the end of the world? Especially if they were broken up with, too. Because I know, like, when you break up with someone, obviously, you know, it's a little different than being left. Like,
that's true.
Leaving someone and being left is completely different. So what advice do you have for people who are going through a breakup when it feels like the end of the world because you really love that person?
I think that people that are going through a breakup right now, the first thing I would tell you to do is breathe.
Girl.
Because breakups, especially when you're broken up with, your heart chakra and your stomach chakra be like all fucked up.
Tripping.
You can't eat. You thinking, everything's all thrown off. So I will recommend, because I like, you know, we all go through these emotions, which is why we ask, how did you handle it?
Right. And how do I when it comes to me? Yeah.
Because it's, especially too, don't let it be a breakup where it just randomly happened. Yeah. Like, because I be hearing different stuff too.
When it's somebody else in the picture, when somebody else came and took your spot. Because that's...
See, these are type of emotions.
That's real.
Why I understand there's shows like Snapped.
Ah!
And stuff like that. Because me personally, I try to be as like really in control of my emotions as much as I can.
Yeah.
But sometimes some people play in your face too damn much.
Oh my gosh, please
to where
don't.
you have to show your ass.
Please don't.
Me personally, I am a type of person, I always try to be the bigger person. I always try to, I've even had times where people are like, oh, you was too nice in that situation.
I've had that happen to me so many times. Like, girl, you was too nice. You too nice.
But when I started getting grizzly,
okay, then y'all be like, what? You took it too far. Well, I was too nice last time. Remember? And this is my definition of easing up off that.
Right. So I think it's either you gonna get either or. Okay. It's either like I'm just gonna be too nice about it, or I'm gonna just bury you about it. Yeah, absolutely. So,
girl, bye.
When it comes to those type of emotions, it's never easy. That's what I'm gonna tell you. It's okay.
Definitely.
That you're feeling it, because some people don't feel like. Because when I went through these type of emotions, right, because I'm Christy Mac, right, so people expect like, oh, you a Mac, you a Lil P, the emotions are not supposed to be attached type of thing.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
And at the same time, if I told you I'm going to present Christy Robinson to you, then I'm going to give you Christy Robinson. Mm-hmm. I didn't give you Christy Mac. Mm-hmm. Now you showing your ass.
Yeah.
Now I have to show you Christy Mac.
Right.
Now you don't like that.
Now you don't like that. Now that's the problem. Now,
dang, like you.
Right.
You treated me like a nigga. Or you, dang, you. Because us women, especially black women, especially black women, we be trying to be feminine with our men. We want to show him that we're soft, that we could be supple, that we can be dainty, that we can be like sexy but posh at the same time, and we're never really allowed that. I see that with a lot of like couples when the black woman is trying to like be soft and stuff like that. He be on some F-boy stuff, and you still try to have a like, okay, like I don't want to be the typical black woman to come in here and cuss your ass out, but let's have a real conversation. Like, what was the cause of the cheating?
Bye. But then you gotta be willing to accept whatever he
that
said.
Part.
Because a man could be like, you know what?
That part. He may just
blah 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 blah.
Yeah, he
blah,
may
blah,
just
blah,
put it out on you.
And then what?
Mm-hmm.
And then what you gonna do? Be like, what? Or are you gonna be like, well, dang, thank you for telling me that.
Part.
Let me process
that
this.
Part.
A lot of people aren't emotionally aware,
capable
or
to process
mentally have the stability enough to handle. Sometimes people need time to
process it. No, and I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah,
because I'm a type like that, especially when it's like something traumatic. Sometimes you're like, did this shit just happen to me right now?
And it's a lot, and sometimes your brain is on autopilot, and so is your heart. Mm-hmm. So you're taking you knowing yourself.
Like you said, you have to be prepared for what he's going to tell you, and then you got to be prepared of what you're going to do, right? Because what happens is when you have a situation where a man just slaps it on you, right? He just tell you like, yeah, I cheated with her because she was fine and I wanted to hit it. So, like you said, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do after that? Because also, I'm looking at how you told me. So
that part, because if you sit here all arrogant,
like, yep, I hit that, and what you gonna do? Blah 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 blah. What you gonna do? Okay, now you got what's coming. You got what's permitted coming to you.
Now you trying.
But if you're like, babe, can I just talk to you real quick? I really got something I need to get off my chest. This has been something that's been happening for X, Y, Z, or it just happened once, and I feel like blah, 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 whatever. Your delivery is going to determine my reaction. Mm-hmm. And not to say that one action is better than the other, because you still did what you did, and let's not forget that. But also at the same time, if you're being gentle with me in a situation that you know requires gentleness, then I'm going to have that calmness back to you naturally, because you're taking into consideration that, dang, I made a mistake. That's already bad enough. And it's worse enough that I had to tell you and hurt your feelings. Mm-hmm. And I care and love you, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. So the fact that I'm hurting your feelings right now
is a lot.
For me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For me to just be like, hey. So then when you react, oh my God, blah, 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 what the heck, blah, blah, how could you at me? It makes me like, I already beat myself up for this. And some niggas need that done to them because they don't care.
That
but
part.
if you do care, you know what I'm saying? I can meet you somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Not say because I can't take a cheater back, baby.
That part. I was just finna say.
Because once that trust is broken,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
exactly.
I'll never be able to trust you. I don't care how. It's just a me thing.
It's just on how things move forward
After your apology. That's
exactly. Exactly.
It.
Because like you said, like I may break up with you sometime after that, for sure. After I done processed it.
Or you may break up with me, like, damn, I cheated on you and I can't keep doing this to you. I gotta go.
Please don't come crawling back. Do not call my phone on a late night. You were in the neighborhood.
I thought you left your so-and-so at my house. Come get it.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. So if I could take a cheater back, for real, because there's that double standard, right? Because, like, say if I was just out there cheating and nilly-willy, and I'm like, babe, you want to sit down and you talk to him about it and stuff, is he gonna, like you said,
take you back? Now, see, that's the thing. I think when women cheat, all hell breaks loose.
Absolutely, every time. Yeah, like
it's almost like you was like, hey babe, can I sit you down? I gotta talk to you. I strangled your grandma and I held her underwater.
That's a great question. Of why do y'all do that? Of like, y'all go out and cheat, and like I told you before, these men will tell you straight up out their mouth they can't handle the same shit that they do.
That's very true.
Yeah, they'll tell you. They've told me a few times, like, because I just had a recent situation where it's just like, I'm like, okay, like, go do you, because I'm going to, like, go do me. And he got, like, super mad. He's like, oh, like, that's not how it works. And I'm like, okay, then how what works? I can't stand sometimes this patriarchy society that we live in with the double standard. Girl. I'm not saying that the female should just go out there and cheat and be nilly-willy, but I feel like some of y'all need to feel the pain, though.
Okay.
That pain that I felt on the left side of my chest.
In my chest.
I think y'all need to feel that, too.
You need to understand what that feels like. That's
what they said with that meme where they like, yeah, the man can go cheat and have babies on you, but the moment she go out on
and get a kiss on the
date
cheek
with a coworker, she go out to breakfast like, with a coworker, bruh, his chest hurt.
His chest hurt.
Like, majority of it is these niggas out here, they got a lot to work on.
Everybody does.
Yeah, I think we all kind of like do. Definitely, the word of the day to end our session is keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Keep pushing.
Some advice, yeah.
Yeah, and
because I was telling Chrissy Mack actually before we started filming on the show, I was telling her yesterday I was having one of those moments where I just felt like giving up.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm getting hit or miss views when it comes to this, and the fluctuating of working against the algorithm and doing everything by yourself and being independent is a whole nother ballgame that I feel like I was not
ready for.
Yeah, like I have to be the one to post this stuff on TikTok, social media, all this stuff. I have to live a life. I have to make money. I have to, if I want to date, you know what I'm saying? I have to make sure that I am being a good partner, you know what I'm saying? I have to make sure I'm being a good friend. I have to make sure that I'm eating. I have to make sure I'm getting my rest. Make sure I'm staying up.
Yeah, people don't understand it's a lot of work that goes in with this content stuff. Even just this today. We have to get dressed. We have to put our look together. We got to make sure lighting is perfect good, and everything.
And doing it all by yourself.
It's
overwhelming.
It's very overwhelming. So I can tell people just keep going.
Yeah, so that advice, keep going, is
really literally important. Like I be having discouraging days where I'm posting something and I had like 3 or 4 comments, and I'm like, dang, I haven't had this since I first started.
Yeah.
So, but I got people in my inbox like, oh my God, I love your content.
Yeah.
Like those type of things make you keep going.
They definitely do. Yeah, because even my Taty Loves Music account just hit 17,000 followers on TikTok. And people be like, yo, I love your content. Please don't stop. Please don't stop. And I'm like, I was about to, but now I can't.
Yeah, exactly. So that is the word of today. All right?
Keep going, guys.
Keep going. Keep pushing. I don't care if it's 1 subscriber. I don't care if it's 1 like. keep going.
Means everything, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody watching.
Yeah.
Hell, I done got videos where it's like 5,000 views, but I had ran into 4 different people and they're like, yeah, I just saw that last video you posted. I'm like, oh, but you sure didn't like it. I don't even know you following me.
Right.
I had 2 people, they weren't even following my page, and they're like, yeah, I just saw the last post. So they're watching.
Yeah. And even if they aren't cheering, they're still in the bleachers.
Absolutely.
They still came to the game to see how you play.
That part. And the haters always sent front row seat.
Always. It seemed like they be cashing out
to
keep
they are going to buy
close
the front
eye.
row seat tickets.
And
so get them a show.
What's she doing?
What's she got? Absolutely.
And then they take a mental note, and then they try to do what you do. Yeah, it's just just don't pay attention to that. I think also another thing is stop turning your head to see what other people are doing. Just keep that straight.
Yeah.
Keep it, because
that's for all of us.
I was talking to me, really. Like, stop, because
the comparison it can get bogus.
It can get bogus. It's bogus to compare. It's bogus to compare when you're not using it as fuel.
Yeah.
Comparison
that's
needs
true.
to be
That's true.
I need to be like, oh my gosh, I see the way her hair is laid. Let me see how she can do it so I can lay mine. It doesn't need to be, oh, her edges is laid, mine ain't. Dang. I'll never get that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But using it as fuel can be a positive thing. So it's all about just that reinforcement positively where you're giving it to yourself and really knowing that you deserve
that part.
That
part. Yeah, that's a word too. Yeah, and when you see other, we all got it bad. When you see somebody else doing a big one or whatever the case is, don't look at it like
clap for them for now, because your
absolutely
turn is coming.
Exactly. And put in the work.
Talk about it. Don't just expect it to come.
Please, yeah, no, like you're gonna have to work. You're going to have to put in some hours. There's going to be times where you're tired, but you're going to stay that extra 45 minutes to get your content tighten up or whatever. But keep going. Keep pushing. I don't care if it starts off small. Everything starts off small. And everything starts off with one person like it. Then you got something. Keep going. Keep going. So, yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Chrissy Mac, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Y'all, please do me a favor and follow Chrissy Mac on TikTok, Instagram, the whole 9, because she does food reviews. And if y'all want her to come to your restaurant, come get it cracking.
If you want to book me.
Yes.
DM me.
DM.
Yeah.
You heard it, lady. No, Chrissy Mac, thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you all so much for joining me on another episode of Go On. I'm listening. I am your host, Taty. And like I always say, I will see y'all next Wednesday.